Now, faced with unprecedented destruction, Los Angeles County Supervisor Lindsay Horvath recognized that expertise beyond government was crucial. Her response was the creation of the Blue Ribbon Commission on Climate Action and Fire Safe Recovery. It's a volunteer group of top practitioners now guiding the path to resilient rebuilding forward.
The devastating Palisades and Eaton fires exposed a stark reality. Rebuilding in the age of climate change demands a new approach. Recognizing this, LA County Supervisor Lindsay Horvath convened the Blue Ribbon Commission on Climate Action and Fire Safe Recovery.
When we bring the best and brightest and diverse expertise to the table and task them with efficiently getting us recommendations on what a climate resilient and fire safe rebuild needs to look like. That was really the charge of this commission.
This independent volunteer-based commission brings together 18 top experts in climate resilient development, partnering with UCLA for crucial research. Commission chair and Los Angeles Clean Tech Incubator CEO Matt Peterson says their initial recommendations and draft action plans are now in the hands of policymakers.
Of course, using fire-resistant materials is going to be core to our recommendations, and that we're recommending to local governments how to make that, and the state government to make that mandatory. And then if the folks want to rebuild a more resilient, climate-friendly home, how do they do that? And all-electric homes are one way to do that.
To ensure a robust recovery, the commission established 6 working groups addressing critical areas like energy, building codes, land use, and water. Commissioner and Heal the Bay CEO Tracy Quinn is co-chair of the Water Working Group that's recommended improving water infrastructure as the fires highlighted the region's vulnerability to unprecedented climate-driven wildfires.
We are in triage right now. We are trying to come up with what to do because there are no protocols. We're collecting data. There's no baseline to compare it to. There are no public health risk thresholds for the data that we're finding.
These initial recommendations, available on the commission's website, offer immediate opportunities for policymakers. While speed is crucial, Supervisor Horvath emphasizes the need for thoughtful action as the commission refines its final recommendations due in June.
Speed is certainly a critical component, but if all we do is rebuild what was there, we're setting ourselves up to repeat this disaster at some point in the future.
Faced with a range of escalating climate threats, from fire to flood, drought to extreme heat, the work of the Blue Ribbon Commission offers a vital roadmap to rebuilding communities into a more resilient future for all of LA County.
Now, if you're interested in reading the commission's recommendations, you can visit their website at labrcommission.org, where you can also provide questions, feedback, and suggestions, especially because these experts want to hear from the community as well, Kelvin.
Right. Everybody's going through this in real time.
Yeah.
You mentioned those recommendations. Let's do a little deeper dive into what some of those are.
Yeah, there are many, but some that really stand out are the fact to establish regional entities to sustain long-term support and focus on this effort. Now, to get residents and businesses back in their communities, recovery efforts really need to be streamlined. So the commission recommends that the state create a resilient rebuilding authority. They also would like to see the establishment of an LA County Fire Control District that would have dedicated funding for proactive regional wildfire mitigation and coordinated retrofits for vulnerable neighborhoods. Outside of that, Kelvin, there's many things between energy and water and land use and, of course, building codes. Some things they also recommended were to sort of split the water supply. The drinking water supply and the firefighting water supply should not be the same. And so different ways to do that, maybe a cistern in people's yards, automatic sprinklers on top of roofs that are not connected to the resource that firefighters would need when of course, fighting these fires.
Desperate times sometimes calls for desperate measures. And